to hang that man?
Surely.
Say again that you love me.
I love you.
More than anything in the world.
I can't do any more than just love you.
I can't.
Get up and leave this church.
No.
And desecrate the very stones in which you kneel. Yes. Get up.
Leave me alone. Your hand.
I'm not a man, and I'm not a beast. I'm as shapeless as the man in the moon.
Walter Pidgeon has his most distinguished role as Mr. Griffith, the minister who sacrifices his great love for Maureen O'Hara as Anne Howard, the Welsh girl whose beauty sets songs swelling in men's throats. Anna Lee as the lovely and lovable blonde. Donald Crisp as Mr. Morgan, the gentle tyrant of a father. John Loder as Ianto. Sarah Allgood as Mrs. Morgan. Barry Fitzgerald as Sifartha. Patrick Knowles as Ivor. The world-famed Welsh singers. And the brilliant new young star, Master Roddy McDowell, whose inspired performance as Hugh will endear him to everyone. They knew the surging ecstasy of breathtaking love, and together they lifted their voices in heart-swelling song.
Thundering onto the screen from the pages of Raphael Sabatini's immortal novel comes the thrilling picturization of the great adventure story ever told. The swashbuckling tale of those heroic crimson days on the Spanish Main, when villainy wore a sash and waved a cutlass, and the only political creed in the world was love, gold, and adventure. It's The Black Swan, starring Tyrone Power in his lustiest role as the daring Captain Waring, and Maureen O'Hara as the proud and lovely Margaret Denby, with Laird Cregar as Captain Henry Morgan, Thomas Mitchell as Tommy Blue, George Sanders as Captain Leach, Anthony Quinn as Wogan, and hundreds of others.
Buckle him up in Tortuga Harbor. Sink him, lads, and wipe Leach and the black flag off the seas.
You can tell these lords and gentlemen they can rest easy in their plush chairs, Sir Henry. I'll bring you back a necklace made of his teeth.
Look at you, hating me. And your eyes saying, don't go away. I belong to you. Make me belong to you. Keep me from marrying this oily little jackanapesing.
You're mad.
No, I've read your eyes right. I've known too many hellcats not to know what's behind all that blaze and bluster. Confound it, you idiot, I'm telling you that I love you. And you'll call me Jamie boy before you call that stick of a man husband.
I say Captain Morgan's a two-faced cur with a king's brand on him.
And I say Captain Leach is a gibbering ape fit only for the company of baboons. Ah, gentlemen, Captain Leach is in a temper.
Today, the glorious training ground of America's famous military heroes. 20th Century Fox, producer of the mighty motion picture To the Shores of Tripoli, now brings you with equal brilliance and romance the dramatic story of West Point. A story written in struggle and proud sacrifice. A whole national controversy once raged over West Point. And that pulse-stirring fight is reenacted in this picture romance of 10 young cadets and a beautiful girl who fought to protect the institution, which now protects us. Here is an action-filled, adventurous romance that will raise your emotions to fever pitch. 10 Gentlemen from West Point, starring George Montgomery, Maureen O'Hara, and John Sutton.
My father didn't teach me kissing. He taught me patriotism. He fought for West Point until he died. And I'm continuing his fight in my own undignified way.
Please forgive me. I'm learning very fast not to criticize you. Sorry.
No. The password first.
West Point forever.
I learned there's no sense in people like us knowing each other too well, Miss Bainbridge.
You mean because then it would be easy for you to forget me?
No, it won't be easy. But I'm going to try awful hard.
I don't want it to be easy, Joe. I'm going to make forgetting me as difficult as possible.
I'm not going home. What's more, nobody else is.
You addressing those remarks to me?
I'm addressing them to anybody who's got a white feather for a spine. You asked me to tell you, Sheldon, when I got good and mad. Well, I think I'm plenty mad right now.
Of Tripoli came the bold little armada of an infant republic, fighting the pirates of the Barbary coast for the freedom of the seas. And in the vanguard of the action, the first great hero of Marine Corps annals, that legendary fighting man they called the unbeatable O'Bannon.
I'm not used to being addressed in this manner.
My country is not used to people breaking treaties.
Are you going to let me go, or do I have to scream for help?
I'm afraid you're going to have to scream.
It's John Payne as the Marine who wrote a new page in American history. And gorgeous Maureen O'Hara, the only situation he doesn't have well in hand, as he leads an amazing expedition across the trackless desert of North Africa. Soldiers of fortune, nomads, camp followers, and dancing girls, a rabble in arms ready to turn on him every foot of the way.
You've lied to us. We take no more orders from you.
Fix bayonets.
Danger that lurks in the twisted minds of traitorous men, the jealous heart of a beautiful woman, and the howling fury of the elements as he presses onward against every obstacle to face the fanatical defenders of Tripoli. Now you'll see the amazing true story of the first time the American flag was ever planted on foreign soil.
The Odyssey of a lost patrol in Libya, which became a legion of valor, blazes from the pages of John Brophy's best-selling novel, which thrilled millions. A story as timely as tomorrow's headlines, glowing with the inspiration of a woman who sees a hero in a man through the eyes of love, tense with suspense from start to dramatic, thrilling climax. Immortal Sergeant, starring Henry Fonda in his finest characterization. Beautiful Maureen O'Hara, who scored a triumph in The Black Swan. Thomas Mitchell as Fighting Sergeant Kelly. Alan Jocelyn, Reginald Gardner, and many other outstanding film favorites.
But I never dreamed you were thinking of such a thing.
I wasn't till yesterday. They say the Army's either going to take some weight off me or put some on. I forget which, but I expect it'll look better then. Army shoes.
Aren't you going to try for a commission?
Oh, I'm afraid I'll have my hands full being just what I am.
How would you feel if I told you we were lost?
Lost?
Yes, sir. Lost in this bleeding desert. Not a blasted thing. Not one landmark in sight.
But you have a compass?
No good. The needle's busted. I didn't tell the others, but that last bomb gave it too much of a jolt.
As I see it, there are only three things we can do. Stay here, which is no good because our food and water aren't going to last forever. Take advantage of this sandstorm to bypass them, hoping to run into one of our own patrols, which isn't likely. Or we can do what we came out to Libya to do, fight.
Spanish Main, starring Paul Henreid as the Barracuda, a dashing buccaneer waging a one-man war to capture a beauty as daring as himself. Lovely Maureen O'Hara, fighting with building, like the woman she is. Walter Slazak, as the treacherous ruler of the Spanish Main, fearing no man except the elusive pirateer who dares deprive him of his bride.
Are you really worth 50,000 pieces of eight? And what am I getting in return?
I may make so bold. My figure,
Good.
my hair,
There is fire in it.
my lips.
They might persuade me that I made a good bargain. Will you two do without this madness?
No.
Very well, then. Are you ready?
Ready, my friend. Ready.
Fire!
Why don't you kiss me?
You would like to continue with this farce, wouldn't you?
What are you talking about?
When I think how I believed in you. All the time you let me make love to you, let me believe you loved me, you were scheming to leave me.
So you are the Barracuda.
Everything, while a few of the nation's most important critics tell you what they think of our coming attraction, Miracle on 34th Street. Starring in this comedy romance are John Payne and the alluring Maureen O'Hara. The rest of the cast, Gene Lockhart and Natalie Wood, also contribute to Hollywood's great pride in this unusual picture.
Sinbad, gay, roving vagabond of the Arabian Nights, the glorious braggart who made his tallest tales come true. Sinbad, who outwitted an army to invade the sacred baths of the harem beauties, drawn by the smoldering challenge of the girl called Shireen, the jewel of Persia. Shireen, beautiful and dangerous, who had flame in her hair, in her eyes, in her arm.
If I put you on the scales, measured delicately against the price I paid for this ship, would you go up or down?
Take her from my sight. Let her go when it pleases you to the richest bidder in Diaboo's street of the lepers.
It's the blood feud that set the East ablaze as this daredevil defies a sultan's decree of death. Adventures that beggar description, schemes that defy comparison as Sinbad faces the avenging galleys of the Corsair pirates, closing in a mighty sea battle for the loveliest prize in Araby.
And you can help me keep an eye on this crew. Any man that signals the dromon as a fisher's dinner.
Or any woman.
Let her be doubly watched. So you brought the dromon to us.
Sinbad.
Under the inspired direction of three-time Academy Award winner John Ford, James Warner Bella's Saturday Evening Post novel comes thrillingly alive. The truly great cast stars John Wayne in the greatest role he's ever played, and Maureen O'Hara, more lovely than ever before. Co-starring Ben Johnson, Claude Jarman Jr., Harry Carey Jr., and Chill Wills, with J. Carroll Nash, Grant Withers, Victor McLaglen, and the Sons of the Pioneers.
Yellow stripes on bridges blue, ride along before us, just so we can ride behind and gaily sing this chorus.
Here is romance, warm and daring. Here is conflict, as a man tries to be both commanding officer and father to his son.
You've chosen my way of life. Hope you have the guts to endure it.
May I also put something straight?
Proceed.
I'm not in this post to call you father. I was ordered here as Trooper Jefferson York of the United States Cavalry.
Here is a woman's torture, fighting for her boy, a soldier, before he is a man.
It would be a start if you'd let Jeff go.
I'll get you back.
If that were a condition.
Follow me! Here is Adventure, starring John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara. It will surely take its place among John Ford's greatest triumphs.
You so much as train a gun on that ship, and you'll have John Company's army and half the British Navy down here to blast us all out of Madagascar. Those boys are getting rougher all the time. Oh, hello, folks. I just wanted to say that I've been in quite a few action pictures, as possibly you know. But I can truthfully say that I've never enjoyed making one as much as I have Against All Flags. I'll tell you why. This is really a great adventure story about pirates who actually existed. It's got excitement and danger and beautiful color and, well, something that doesn't personally interest me very much, a lot of beautiful girls with nothing much on their minds except kissing and romancing.
With pirate Anthony Quinn, Alice Kelly as the princess who had never seen a man before.
There.
And the buccaneering chiefs of the Pirate Brotherhood.
Why waste our time listening to his foul-mouthed lies?
We'll find out soon enough whether he lies.
I say we take no chances. To the tight stakes with him.
I told you that I would kiss when I had a fancy for kissing, didn't I? Well, get to it, Mr. Hawke.
Australia at the turn of the century, when crime stalked the shadows of its cities, and the elements defied man's march of empire. To this last outpost of civilization came two renegades, willing to gamble the life of a man to win the love of a woman.
That's a great future you predict.
It can be great, but only if you forget your other world and give this one the love it needs and wants.
Call it magic or witchcraft, but I tell you there's a lot about them no white man will ever know.
You lying soul. If it's the truth you're telling me, I'll kill you.
Yes, you kill him, but not because of what he's done to me.
Gray Line is the story of 10,000 cadets and of the man who knew and loved them all, Sergeant Marty Marr, whose half-century of devotion to West Point and its sons is part of the very fabric of America. Not long ago, the United States Military Academy celebrated its 150th birthday. For almost 50 of those exciting years, Marty Marr, who came to West Point as a young Irish immigrant, served there as an enlisted man. This is his story, and the story of West Point, for the two are inseparable.
Do they have to wear iron braces to stand like that?
It's the way cadets stand. That's part of the discipline.
You know, you could shoot off all their noses with one bullet.
The Long Gray Line is a story with thrill and tenderness, laughter and warmth, destined to take its place on the very highest honor roll of the screen's unforgettable achievements.
That will come out of your pay. Marr, you're a rotten soldier. No soldier at all. Slovenly, undisciplined, insubordinate, bad-tempered, and full of cute tricks. You like to use your fists, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see you use them.
I have permission to hit the captain.
You have permission to try. Go ahead.
I'm giving you your last chance. I have just 2 words out of you, my girl, and it'll be yes or no. Now, what do you say to that?
I say
and none
yes.
of your beating around. What's that you say?
I said yes.
You said yes. The first word ever I hear out of you, and it's yes.
In the army there's sobriety, promotion's very slow. So we'll sing our reminiscences of Marty Marr.
Marty Marr was part of the life of more cadets than any man in the history of the Point. Friend of presidents and plebes, generals and cadets, such as these from the famous class of 1915.
Omar Nelson Bradley.
Congratulations.
George Edward Stratemeyer.
Congratulations.
James Hallward Van Fleet.
Congratulations.
Dwight David Eisenhower.
The Long Gray Line is the masterpiece of master director John Ford, 4-time winner of the Academy Award. This is his finest picture. We urge you to see it.
Never listen to anybody else. Just do exactly what you want to do all the time. All right, you want to fly that thing? Go ahead. Go ahead and kill yourself. You'll wind up busted and broke.
I can always join the army.
Why don't you be quiet just once in a while? Mr. Weed wants to fly. Did you hear him? Get a line. Hurry up. Get him over. Hey, how much time have you had?
About 11 seconds.
What?
11 seconds.
This was a man. An unpredictable man of action and uninhibited fun. And this is the girl who loved him, who took him as he was. She had to, for nothing could change him.
Do you know that you are in the arms of the newest lieutenant commander in the United States Navy?
Star-Spangled Spade.
And a squadron leader.
All I know is that I'm in the arms of a fella named Spig that I'm nuts about. Hey, how about getting back to your necking with a little more enthusiasm?
Right.
Star-Spangled Spig, the flying fool. His record-smashing shenanigans won the cheers and devotion of every sailor airman. And a very personal token from his hotshot Army pal. Big Weed's story is that rare combination of hilarious fun and a touch of pathos. As original and as different as the man himself, whose crazy ideas became a master battle plan that made naval history. His adventurous, exciting life inspired this motion picture, brought to the screen by the men who knew him best, his friends. Director John Ford and the stars of The Wings of Eagles tell a story that is believable because it is real, that is unforgettable because no one who ever knew Big Weed will ever forget it.
Are you this age, or this age, or this age, or this age? Whatever your age, there's a million laughs for every member of the family as Jimmy Stewart and his family spend a riotous vacation in this beautiful cottage by the sea.
If this house was good enough for Edgar Allan Poe, it's good enough for us.
Based on the bestseller by Edward Streeter, who also wrote Father of the Bride, there isn't a single sane situation in this whole crazy mixed-up household.
Be sure and adjust throttle to maintain 50 pounds pressure, or else you'll blow up the whole damn place.
From a pesky temperamental pump to a musical pizza heaven.
Cream puff, shortcake, sweet stuff, jelly roll, gumdrop, milkshake, curl up and be my baby doll.
From babysitting to, oh baby. From the duck waddle to the torrid twist. From sunbathing,
Wow.
to sailboating, it's a riot.
Hey, why don't you watch where you're going? Hey, that guy didn't know where he was going. Fool! Dad, watch out! You're getting too close. Hey, where do you think you're going? Watch out! That'll teach you.
And what happens with the boss's wife shouldn't happen to anyone.
Are you aware that I'm in the news?
Well, I'm terribly sorry, but the doorknob came off. I'm going to have to get somebody to let me out of here. Peggy!
You know what I wish we had? Another little toddy.
You mean a drink?
Oh, yes, Marty and I always take a little something to relax us before going to bed. And then you know what he likes sometimes?
Oh, no, wait a minute. Peggy!
Hi, Peggy! Holy Moses!
This is simply to explain to you why you never again were able to suck me into another gay, happy, carefree vacation with the family.
McClintock is magnificent. Are you longing to see a movie with good, clean fun? Does a tender story of family devotion get you right here?
If you're my father, if you love me, you'll shoot him.
Well, I'm your father, and I sure love you. So?
Oh, you shot him.
Do you like a story of inspiring restraint and self-control?
Pilgrim, you caused a lot of trouble this morning. Might have got somebody killed. And somebody ought to belt you in the mouth. But I won't. I won't. The hell I won't.
It's the wildest showdown the West ever saw. John Wayne, Maureen O'Hara in McClintock, Technicolor Panavision.
Are you longing to see a movie with good, clean fun? Do you like to watch a screen full of savage, bloodthirsty, rampaging Indians on the warpath? Does a tender story of family devotion get you right here?
If you're my father, if you love me, you'll shoot him.
Well, I'm your father, and I sure love you. So?
Oh, you shot him!
Does superb horsemanship thrill you? Does genteel elegance hold you in thrall? If so, then McClintock will hit you where you live. Do you like a story of inspiring restraint and self-control?
Now, we'll all calm down. Boss, he's just a little excited. I know. I'm going to use good judgment. I haven't lost my temper in 40 years. But, Pilgrim, you caused a lot of trouble this morning. Might have got somebody killed. And somebody ought to belt you in the mouth. But I won't. I won't. The hell I won't.
The screen hasn't seen such a rip-roaring, no-holds-barred Donnybrook in years. And you haven't ever seen so much wild, frantic fun as John Wayne as the immovable G.W. McClintock clashes head-on with an irresistible firebrand of a redhead named Maureen O'Hara. Bulldog Sam, one of the toughest characters ever to bulldog his way into your heart.
Look out, Martha, he's still got a gun. So have I.
In the tradition of Shenandoah, Universal presents The Rare Breed, a brawling and a busting out with all the hero-sized humanity of America's heyday. Co-starring Maureen O'Hara as Martha, who brought a new breed of beauty to the Old West.
You may bulldog a steer, but you cannot bulldog me.
The thing I'm trying to get over to you is that this trip's dangerous, and there's no telling what might happen to you in Dodge.
Brian Keith as Cattle Baron Bowen.
You hear what I said? I said, take your hand off her and you get out of here.
Juliet Mills as Hillary, young, beautiful, full of dreams.
Oh, Jamie, you're breaking my ribs.
Yeah, and I will, too, if that's what it's going to take to keep you here.
Now, wait a minute, Simon. You go out on that street and we'll all go to jail.
The thieves have fallen out.
Come on, baby. You're just going to stir things up here. You bet I am.
This is the West as the screen has never shown it before. Scaled to heroic size and the human heart.
A man is dead, all because of your dishonesty.
Well, that's one way to see it, ma'am.